Sounds fun.
Yeah, it does sound fun. Buzz Thunder joining me. Buzz, this is a special matchup here between Joshy D and bentglasstube. They're race number 5 in their series. They're tied 2-2.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've all been waiting a very long time for this. Well, at least as long as I heard that it was going to be a thing. They are reigniting the rivalry this evening. Welcome, everybody. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, and I hope you guys are ready for some things.
And I have to tell you, on like a night where, or an evening where there's another speedrunning event happening and like the national championship and stuff like that, I don't think anything's received the hype so much as this one. I mean, the Joshy D sheep factory is in full effect. He is cloning people to spam chat and just poke fun at BGT, and I don't really understand any of it. It's going over my head.
Yeah, I was blown away by the response we got in the general Discord channel today. It was basically the equivalent of a GDQ chat. It just like went so fast I couldn't even see it.
Yeah, I think at
Um,
one point it said this chat is going so fast nobody will understand that Joshy D and BGT are going to make 20 people sleep tonight. Soundly.
yeah, they're gonna make something happen. I don't know. Do we have a? Oh, I didn't even look at your layout or whatever. We got a lead change counter, a death counter, that kind of stuff.
No, that would be putting too much work into this. I mean, this is going to be a 90-minute slugfest as it is for a 14-minute game. So,
Yeah. I don't know. 90 minutes doesn't seem like that bad of a prediction. But I'll tell you what, I'm so excited that my keyboard is a few inches farther away from me than it normally is.
oh, hey now. I don't even know what
Are
that
they
means.
racing?
They are racing, yes.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have roller games. How are we calling this?
Here's the best thing that I can come up with. Let me just set the stage here. They are tied 2 games apiece. They went 1-1 in this game to start season number 1 of the SHI tournament. bentglasstube winning the first game, but Joshy D winning the game that really mattered, the ultimate loser, the ultimate humiliation losers match.
That's right.
Then we'll take it to wacky races where BGT beat Joshy D. And then spanning over to the Zelda 2 randomizer tournament, Joshy D actually bested bentglasstube, so they're tied 2-2. Now my question to you, Buzz Thunder, is what is your favorite snack food that you purchase on an end cap in a supermarket?
Um, I like salty stuff, so for me, it's probably going to be peanuts, something like that.
Peanuts aren't on an end cap; they're in an aisle. Like end caps are Entenmann's, Drake's, Hostess, Little Debbie's,
I have to
stuff
do a
like that.
sweet thing like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
guess I don't know, ho-hos, I guess. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't have a good answer for that.
well, I
How about
am.
you, Larry?
I like a good ring ding, maybe an occasional funny bone, stuff like that.
I think Entenmann's is pretty good. You can pass it off for a cake from the 17th century too.
Yeah, definitely. Jay Peterman will never know. But yeah, so Joshy D is arriving at the boss battle here in stage 1. First, what do you remember about this game? What do you like about this game?
What do I remember? Um, I remember playing this with all the other SHI games and beating Coach. I think that was pretty awesome. Um, but this is not a bad game. It's a good platformer. It's not that hard to fall behind unless you keep falling in pits and stuff like that, which is what we hope to see tonight. A bunch of lead changes, a lot of action. I was hoping for a T-Bird selection or two, but we'll see. We'll see when we get there.
I'm pretty sure that's at least somebody, if not both of them. Actually, Joshy D will probably switch to the Rockers on the stage 5-1. The
Does he
dreaded.
do the Rockers at 5-1?
I think he does the Rockers. I think he did that after watching you do it one time, or based on what you were saying one time. And
Yeah.
we had audio here like BGT promised us we would have, and there's no audio on BGT side, and on Joshy D side it's just him mashing the controller. So we apologize.
Oh wow, no
We'd get
audio
some
at all.
rhythm stabs right here, rhythm punches.
I do remember that. That was always a very satisfying thing to do.
Yeah, it's coming up right now on BGT side. There it is. But he gets
Yeah,
knocked down twice.
I would sing along to it, but I hate when people do that. So
Mouth music is kind of the best music to do. Let's see what happens here. So lead changes in this game, they're kind of often. I mean, you do die quite a bit. Even the best runners were dying. I don't think there were any flawless runs if I'm not mistaken. There was always at least one place somebody died at least one time. And BGT does take the first death, I believe, of the match. I really wasn't watching.
yeah, that was the first one. Just fell into a pit. I don't even know where he was. I think he was close to the end. Like there's that one last jump that kind of sneaks up on you.
Yeah, it wasn't even that hard of a jump, so I don't know. Well, he just dies there again. So both of these runners have promised that they were not practicing. I cannot, for the life of me, trust Joshy D didn't practice.
I don't know. I mean, you never see him play video games at all anymore. Maybe he watched his brother Kyle play something like that. I'm not really sure.
Well, you don't see the controller in Joshy's hand right now. Maybe Kyle is playing. But the
Yeah,
fact is, I don't think Joshy D's ever had this good of a time playing the game back when he was practicing the game, let alone removed 7 months or whatever it's been since we played it last.
yeah. I'm gonna say Kyle behind the curtain is pretty safe bet for sure. No, I think I can see him behind that ficus tree.
Yeah, that's a fake plant, by the way. We've
Really, I've
established.
seen him water it.
Yeah, well, I mean, listen, the guy eats cheeses that don't even make sense to buy. Who knows what people in both runners are from California, so we apologize for any stupid things they do during this race, like eat fancy cheese or drink this fermented liquid they cook up in a vat in their basement. That's the one thing I don't understand. Like, they're so pretentious with what they eat and drink, but yet Joshy D like formulates this own like dirt water in this vat in his house. Like, how can you like
Uh,
have to have everything fed to you on a silver spoon, and then you can drink something that's just sitting in your basement, aging?
it's like yeah, it's like the glamorization of the hippie culture. You know, it's something to do with that. Joshy D did fall in a pit, by the way. Um, but that's what I really think it is. You know, you got all those, I guess hippies. I don't even know if they exist anymore, but whatever you want to call them,
I think hippies only
unemployed people.
exist for like hipsters who want to be hippies or something like that. I don't know how it works, but yeah, Joshy did fall in the pit. One of the things I remember about this game is that when there is a pit around you, it's almost like a vacuum and it sucks you in.
Yeah, they definitely have a very pits are sticky. They're it's like one of those big spiral funnels that you fall into. It's not just a crack in the sidewalk.
And let us know, chat, what you guys think. What's your favorite snack food, and is Joshy D a hippie? Answer either one of those questions in chat, and we'll read them out loud during the course of this telecast. But Joshy D did die there, and here it comes. Here it comes here. BGT is almost on the same stage as Joshy D, where any death is a lead change at this point in time if both runners stay on the same stage. Bentglasstube is synonymous for being bad at stage 3-2. He's BG33-2 is his nickname.
That is correct. Yeah, and having both of these players not played this, I'm sure they're going to forget about the jumps and where things are and the timing of the water and the fire, and we're gonna see some splashdowns right here.
Got a nice
We're
little
gonna see
pun.
some Greg Lou gayness for sure.
And Bentglasstube does take the death there at the end of stage 3-1. He's got to go all the way back, so he lost a lot of time where he was in a position to really put himself possibly at a lead change. And here's one of my favorite parts where Joshy D is right now when learning this game. See how it puts you all the way down at the bottom of the platform? Your natural instinct is just to go right and then jump, and
Oh yeah,
you'll just jump in the water. I love that part of the game where it was just like,
yeah.
yeah.
That was one of my favorite memories from the tournament. It was one of Joshy's runs. I think it was the ultimate loser one, but I think it might have been towards the end where he beat the level and instead of going in the door, he just like jumped into the water.
Yeah, that was on the
It,
Cliffs
it
of
was
Insanity. It was the leap of faith, right?
I think it was on this level.
Oh,
I
was
think
it
he
on?
just
That's
dove
right.
into the water.
You're right.
Yeah,
I actually also remember him trying to make a save state, doing that in practice, And maybe that's what you were thinking of. He was trying to make a save state, and the button combination to make a save state made him just jump right in the water. So
We'll
that,
have to check the video.
yeah,
I swear he just did it. He did it in a race where he dove in.
possibly. But he also did it in a practice when he was trying to make save states, and he actually ruined his save state because every time he loaded it, he was already mid jump into the water. So he had to start all the way over again and go back. But there's the boss, Guru Drew. So Joshy D is the first to stage 4. And stage 4, and we don't have a timer in honor of these racers because our timer doesn't go into the quadruple digits.
Yeah,
But
I mean, who knows? Joshy D seems like he's doing okay, so it's hard to say. And there is our first Wamboozle from Mr. Bentglasstube.
yeah,
Mr. Bentglasstube? That's weird.
Mr. Bankland, Mr. Glass 32, BG 3-2.
Yeah, I was gonna call 3-2 the Great Equalizer, but Joshy D is just yeah. I mean, Kyle's doing very well.
Yeah, because this certainly is not Joshy D playing. Because if you can review the tape, you'll notice that Joshy D has never done this well before in his life. But here comes Bent Glass Tube. He doesn't remember the strat I taught him about this, where you just walk up to the top, hold up on the controller, and then do slow mashes. And you'll catch the guy and throw him into the water every time. It's one of the only things I've done well in any SHI tournament was this part of this game.
Yeah, I think you came up with this strategy. Everybody else was trying to force him off the edge, but yeah, you could somehow figure that out.
I think it's frame perfect. Actually, I'm not even joking.
Is.
I think the grabbing people is like on a specific frame, and that's why sometimes you can do it and sometimes you can't.
I mean, there has to be some rhyme or reason to it. There's no way that it's completely, random. I don't know. We'll have to ask what that virus guy who's playing the hell out of this game and knocking me out of second place.
Oh, BG 3-2 strikes again, but Joshy is having trouble here on stage 4 out of all the stages.
Couldn't handle the tight rope walk there. Kind of missed the little slim bridge and fell in there.
So let me ask you a question. You saw a little bit of what happened in Discord. Who won the battle of the verbal battle, the pregame verbal battle?
That's a good question. Josh was definitely trying very hard.
Do you think the trying very hard hurt him in terms of the standings in the points?
Yeah, I think so, because that track, I don't know what that track was. He got the thing that did the voice from Portal to do like this weird chipmunk voice or whatever. I don't know. It was like he was trying to recreate that Joshy D song or something, and it just didn't come across as genuine because it was thrown together. I don't know.
Do you think somebody who has quit the tournament should have any reason to talk smack at all to somebody else who was not only in the tournament but was actually in the winners bracket the last season?
I mean, anybody can say whatever the hell they want, honestly. But to answer your question, no, definitely not. I mean, this guy, he bailed out. He disrespected everybody. He spit in our faces, and what the hell, man? So you think you can just jump right back in?
Right.
I don't know.
Like, oh, look at you guys having all the fun. Let me just call out bentglasstube, who I feel is the worst player in the tournament, even though he was in the last winners bracket. So, that's what you get when you miss. You don't realize that bentglasstube puts in the work now.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, bentglasstube is not the bentglasstube of old at all. I mean, that's the Alan Heffley now, I think.
Yeah, there is a list of stages above, but honestly, I kind of got put to sleep here by the gameplay, so I forgot to mark as many as I could have. But there you go.
Yeah. Well, yep, that's the answer right there. Josh deciding to go with I don't know the name, the California Kid.
Michael Flanagan, California Kid, yeah.
How could I forget that? Michael Flanagan, the California Kid, ladies and gentlemen. Former or third place in the world strategies right here from Joshy D.
So out of all the 3 characters that this game has sprites that are based on, the T-Birds, Icebox, Robert Smith, the Hot Flash, I guess it could be Tricky Vicky McEwen, but it's Sly Fox Vicky McEwen. and California Kid Michael Flanagan. Buzz Thunder, which one was never a T-Bird?
I'm gonna go with Vicky McEwen.
It's actually a trick question. They were all Thunderbirds at one time.
Oh wow, they were all on the same team. Even Robert Smith.
Even Robert Smith was the T-Bird represented in this game. But yeah, they were all part of the Los Angeles Thunderbirds roller derby team at one time. Not necessarily in the Rock and Roller Games era, but prior to that, yeah, they were definitely all a Thunderbird. In fact, many of the stars. Well, here's the Cliffs of Insanity. Let's watch this first before I get on my high horse about roller game history.
He's going slow.
Yeah, this could cost him in this couple jumps here coming up. Or maybe not. Oh, one more to go. And he's got to remember to go into the door, and he goes in the door. And
now that is impressive. I mean, you're not playing this game in 6 months and nailing the Cliffs of Insanity first try.
Oh, so what are you trying to say? That Kyle is playing, or somebody else is playing, or he's practicing?
Oh, wait, I forgot. I mean, Kyle's doing well.
So we'll know here whether or not Joshy D has practiced, because in watching old roller games footage during a tournament, bentglasstube marathon on Thanksgiving, and just putting together videos on YouTube, it's things like that are signature Joshy D, just a turn out of nowhere and going right into the water. And,
yeah, that was a thing of beauty.
Yeah. So we know for a fact Joshy D now has his hands on the controller, if he didn't have his hands on the controller before. So yeah, no, what I was going to say is all the stars in the Rock and Roller Games era, all the people on the other teams, whether it was Sweet Stephanie Garcia from the Violators, or Darda Star from the Rockers, or whoever, they were all T-Birds. And then they just took the best T-Birds of all time and displaced them on the other teams for the production of the show, and then just filled the roster around them. So everybody who was basically featured was a Thunderbird at one time.
So that was like the main talent pool, and they just kind of went from there.
Yeah, Thunderbirds are kind of like your Harlem Globetrotters. Where, like, there's the T-Birds, and it doesn't really matter who anybody else is, because the T-Birds are always going to win. Kind of thing in the end.
Right, yeah.
Although there was a legitimacy to roller derby at one time. You can see BGT taking the intentional death there. And Joshy D did game over and went back to Hot Flash. So I didn't see, there it is now. I was going to say I didn't see BGT switch characters, but he did it right there to get to the Thunderbirds. Because did he take Thunderbirds to start this stage and then die? Or, because it looked like he skated straight down into the water. So I missed it.
Yeah, he game over to take Thunderbirds.
But you can also, so he must have missed the selection at the start of the stage, because that's when you're able to change.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, whatever the case, we'll just assume he messed up because it is BGT.
Well, I mean, it was a menu thing. We've all seen Choke Me I Like It have trouble with the menu.
Remember that one time Choke Me I Like It died on the final boss twice to lose a race?
I do remember that, yes.
That was Wacky Races, if I remember correctly.
That was a race and a half, man.
That was with that other guy who used to show up and care about this tournament. I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. Some asshole.
Yeah.
But Joshy D did make the raft jumps his first try, too. So no deaths. He had a couple other silly deaths, but no deaths on the cliffs and no deaths on the raft jumps.
So a guy who's never won a race until he played BGT in the Ultimate Losers match. And to be honest, he basically didn't win that race either. BGT lost the race because it took him 7.5 years to complete it. Is now making all these stages first try by not playing the game since May. Like, I'm not buying this. But that's a great cliff section. Oh, last jump BGT gets nailed. Both players almost went through the cliffs on the first try.
Yeah, pretty impressive. I mean, I don't even,
Chat is on Joshy D right now saying he looks like he's been practicing. And I need to remind people, they had a thing where they weren't going to practice. They said this. But you remember when Joshy D raced me in Wacky Races when I was on my deathbed, that we were doing 100% all bones, and Joshy D never grabbed all the bones. So he has a history in this tournament of not only dropping out, but lying as well. So keep that in mind. Joshy D is going on to the last stage right now.
Did you get all the bones in that race?
I got pretty much a majority. I don't even remember that day, honestly.
I was gonna say I didn't know if you like saw his run and be like, oh wait, I'm gonna stop collecting bones now.
No, I forgot about it as well because I didn't think it was serious, and I don't think he thought it was serious either. But then somebody in his chat gave him a hard time because I was getting all the bones, it looked like. So I don't know if it was the Countess or somebody. Somebody definitely gave him a hard time. So
Well, he's definitely unpracticed in this maze, lost his way a couple times, found a couple dead ends. 3 dead ends, in fact.
yeah, best thing for BGT here is he's got to make it through here, through this stage now, and then hope to clear the raft stage in one go. And he does take another death, so he's gonna have to do this all over again. Because Joshy D does have 6-2 coming up, and 6-2 is one of the harder stages in the game with precision jumping, and sometimes you can get a little bit off your game on 6-2. If you take one death, it could snowball.
Yeah, 6-2, one of the rougher little quick jumping patterns. I would say, yeah, the third most notorious spot in the game, if I had to say. Cliffs being the first, Rafts being the second.
So Josh D obviously didn't have a save state for 6-1 because he does have no clue where he's going.
No, okay, so he game overed, actually. He died to damage.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it again.
The last guy, well, yeah, if you don't know where you're going and you're taking a punch from every single guy, he didn't game over, he just died. And then he died again.
Yeah, we really need to see.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, BGT really needs to get through here and have some luck on the rafts.
There are four stages in stage 6, 4 sub checkpoints or whatever you want to call them. Let's see how BGT does here. 6-3 is very short, and 6-4 is basically just your boss fight. And BGT does take another death.
That was identical to his last try at the cliffs, I think. Frame perfect almost. Yeah, I'd say the reason why 6-2 doesn't, really show up as the most notorious spot in the game is just because of the fact that you mentioned the 4 different checkpoints where you don't really get set back that far.
No, but if you get almost to the end and the fire beam knocks you off, you can get kind of pissed off, get kind of tilted, and then just start missing jumps in the early section. And we've seen that happen plenty of times during this tournament.
And I tell you what, Joshy D is just getting hosed in this maze.
Yeah, you might want to go on GameFAQs or something and pull up a map at this point. I don't think that's illegal, but there's the last guy to go through, and he barely makes it out of there, and here's 6-2. So this is one of the trickier jumps there. You got to get on that platform, get almost to the edge, and then make a jump. And often you can jump too early or just not soon enough like he did and just skate right into the spikes. But BGT absolutely needs to get across this. And he does it again.
Ouch.
Wamboozled. Can I get Norman Chad heads in chat, please?
Oh, yeah. Everybody, please put up your Norman Chads as well as your RG barrels.
So Joshy D is all but giving bentglasstube this race right now. And you got to wonder if Joshy D is getting a little bit nervous with all these deaths, thinking that bentglasstube is almost like a stage away.
Not sure. You don't think either of these guys are peeking over at the stream, the on-demand?
It's easy enough to check. I'm going to go check right now.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Currently unavailable. Please try again later. When I look at the viewer list.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would, honestly.
According to my viewer list, only 3 people are watching, and it's Dark Magician, bentglasstube, and Karate Stick.
Oh.
And I think chat disproves that. It's that GDQ, man. It's breaking the chat. And Tyler 1 was unbanned from League of Legends, so you have no chance on Twitch this evening.
Oh, is that true?
Yep.
Yeah. That is big news for somebody who has no idea what you're talking about.
This afternoon, when Twitch went down, it was because Tyler 1 was unbanned from League of Legends, and people between GDQ and people going to Tyler 1's channel absolutely broke Twitch. Couldn't handle it. And then there was some cam girl that was doing these like inner thigh muscle exercises with the camera. Like it was just amazing. It was mesmerizing. So I watched that for a little bit as well.
I saw the the leg press.
Yeah, I mean
that you had posted.
Yeah, that's what happens when nobody's streaming at 6:30 a.m. and I was bored. I had to do Choke Me I Like It's job because he doesn't do it that well. But here we are, 6-3 now for Joshy D. Let's see if he remembers how to make these jumps and not get sucked into the vacuum.
See, this is looking like a runaway here.
It really is. And Joshy D is really putting his money where his mouth was. And we're on to 6-4, and there's really not a lot wrong in 6-4, except for the fact that if I remember correctly, Joshy D doesn't know how to fight this boss. And he'll just punch him and try to tank the fight instead of doing drop kicks and supers.
Now, if I remember correctly, doesn't Joshy D also have to beat Paperboy after this?
I believe so, yeah.
I think that's part of the rules. I don't know.
There is talk, and we'll see how they feel about this, of a all bones wacky race in the future between these two players.
I think I heard a little bit about that. Wow, here comes the diaper genie.
Yeah, look at that.
Pretty fast. I mean, I haven't looked at a timer or whatever, but it's got to be under a half hour.
26 minutes. Again, we don't use timers.
Oh, BGT has a timer going.
Yeah, that's how I knew it was almost 26 minutes. So Joshy D coming in with the drop kicks.
Gotta watch your distance. He was a little bit too close on that one.
Yeah, exactly. The fight is boring. Putting us all to sleep. It's going to cure my insomnia, that's for sure. I'm freaking should have just curled up with a blanket and a pillow. Still better than anything else going on in the other channel. By the way, the Wednesday morning's the only time to watch. DSR 2 Gamers is representing the SHI tournament, playing Panic Restaurant at Games Done Quick. I think that's Wednesday morning around 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, but I'm sure the schedule will shift.
It always does. He better promote the hell out of the SHI tournament. We're gonna get like 300 entries for next season.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a G League. See if bentglasstube can at least get out of the cliffs of insanity. Joshy D is on the verge of dying as well.
Yeah, I think one hit.
But it might be
gets drop kicked.
Yeah, it just gets double stomped. Finn Balor coup de grace. And he takes the game over, but it doesn't matter. He's going to start right back on 6-4 anyway. Tell you, bentglasstube, if he was able to get out of 4-1 on his first attempt, where he was almost at the door, the last jump, he hasn't been close to that last jump since. But if he was able to do it then, it would have been pretty close, depending on how he did on the rafts and all the other stages. But still, like, it will build the drama.
Yeah, that last one just snuck up on him. But now that like third jump, he's just jumping, over anticipating. I think thinking over, trying to avoid it and just jumping early and falling right into it.
I would say non-demon Finn Balor as well. But here's Joshy D's chance for redemption, as BGT gives us the... at this point in time, BGT might be ranked first in most time spent playing the T-Birds, and that includes you and Coach Crab doing T-Birds only runs.
Yeah, that's probably accurate, I would say.
Some historian has to go back and time everybody's usage on every single character.
Well, actually, when Coach and I did that race, there was some random like dude from France who joined that race and forfeited after like an hour and a half. So he might be up there.
Well, I don't know. A couple more deaths here, and BGT might be taking the lead. BGT wastes the super. Remember Super Dave? I wanted to get some clips on that on Discord, and I forgot the other
Oh,
day.
Super Dave Osborne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually watching through Arrested Development now, and I just saw my first Surrogate episode the other day. That's Super Dave.
Yeah. Every time on the way up, back up to my living space, BGT made it through. There's a barrel coming at him, and he decided to skate away because barrels are scary, but he's really going to just change a character. So how horrible would this be for Joshy D
Oh, that would be incredible.
if he loses?
Yeah, it would be really bad. It would be like I don't know. It would be horrible.
That would be the worst thing in the world, to talk all that smack and to be 2.5 stages ahead for 20 minutes and then lose. Can I see some fishies in chat, please? We forgot to do that before. But BGT's on the left-right collision course. He's going to be skating off this dock at some point. It's coming.
Oh, what? The raft he despawned the raft. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, I think the raft was going to come back, but he didn't wait long enough. But there you go. He skates right off the edge of it. So we got some fishies in chat. How's Joshy D doing on his fight? Well, he's fine on health. He's got 2 supers left. But again, I don't think Joshy D really knows how to fight this boss. But sure enough,
it seems like he's got the strategy.
Yeah, so every time I say it, he does a couple drop kicks and a super. And then next time, then I compliment him, and half his health goes away like that. So he's playing a video on a loop, maybe. Like the record's stuck and he can't get to the part where he actually beats the boss.
I think he's getting trapped underneath him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the name of his sex tape.
It certainly is. Or it's just called Diaper Genie.
Yeah, well, either way, just be kind and rewind.
Good Lord.
He's got this T-Bird strat right there where he just ducks in the right-hand corner and Thunderbird's fireballs never hit him. And then Joshy D takes another death. So BGT needs to get on his horse here. He needs to make this last jump. All right, and this should be a walk in the park. Although, no, actually, it's BGT. I forget. So
yeah, I was going to say, should be. Pretty simple boss, pretty easy, but Joshy D almost game over to this guy.
I think BGT, in remembering this game, I think BGT was able to hit the boss with his supers, but then could never land that last drop kick, and then would actually have to resort to punching it. So he'd have to wait like 7 cycles before the punches would actually do enough damage. He gets the first super. Joshy D's down.
No problem.
Joshy D's down half health already before the boss.
See, you stand in the middle. If you hear the boss, BGT does a super in the opposite direction away from the boss.
Yeah, typical BGT.
But if you hear him rev his engine, you can get out of the way and go over to the side and set up your jump because as soon as he revs it, he's already going to go in the spot where you're standing at that point.
And there comes BGT's tanking it. He's just going to stand there, and just punch in lieu of drop kicking.
Yeah, I don't know. Why avoid the drop kicks?
Because he doesn't know how to do it. He'll miss it every single time.
How long did you play this game before you realized that you don't have to hit B to do a drop kick?
I think maybe at the same time everyone else figured it out as well, when Link Sevens said that all you had to do was jump. I'm like, that's not true. I jump all the time without kicking. And then at that point I also realized that there were 2 different button mechanics, where in battle, out of battle, where one had a jump, and then the other one when you jump through the drop kick at the end. I never knew that, and Joshy D won, by the way. So.
Oh shit! The race is over.
Yeah.
Well, son of a bitch.
So Joshy D wins 32 minutes, 54 seconds. I'd hardly call it a GG.
Yeah, not a bad time. Not a good time.
I'm sure he'll want to come in here and talk about it so he can listen back to his voice later on.
Hey man, he couldn't have won without BGT.
Yeah, OKG is probably exactly how it should go. Is BGT going to finish this up? Let's see.
We'll see. I mean, he's almost on the last level. It's gonna take him an hour to beat that boss.
9 according to my tracker. BGT in IRC says no practice my ass.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like I thought he soft locked, but I guess he was just talking.
Gonna have the green screen of doom up there because Joshy D decided to end his stream. Thanks, guy. But we're on 6-1 now. What was Joshy's PB when we were racing? Do we have that info handy? Who do you think I am, Choke? I'm a guy who actually cares about this tournament and knows all this stuff. Joshy D's PB was actually 22 minutes and 48 seconds in Rollergames. He defeated bentglasstube in the finals of the SHI tournament. 22. Actually, that wasn't even the ultimate loser match. Was it? That wasn't the ultimate loser match.
22. That seems pretty fast.
No, that was the ultimate loser match because it's just out of order. 22:48. Yeah. You beat him. You had 15:55. He had 32:14. Then BGT beat him 35 minutes and 20 seconds for BGT, forfeit for Joshy. Link Sevens beat him 16:12 to 32:54. I beat him 20 minutes and 3 seconds to 34:43. And then Joshy D beat bentglasstube 22:48 to 30:43. So bentglasstube, his best time. What are you drinking?
Soda.
Okay. bentglasstube's best time is 30:43 in that race with where he lost to Joshy D. His first race was 1 hour and 1 minute.
That's a good time right there. It's funny to think back to that tournament, like that I was in the same bracket with Joshy D and bentglasstube.
So in chat right now, Joshy D is defending himself, saying, "Did you see my diaper genie fight?" And BGT goes, "No, I was busy relearning the game." Oh man,
when did Josh become such a heel?
I think when he quit the tournament and he starts acting like he's better than everybody on the outside.
You might be right.
Or maybe it was when that guy goes in his chat and just says Kyle every 2 seconds.
That's yeah. Who would do something like that?
I mean, I think I do it now too.
Yeah, that'd be cool if it was a thing.
Choke me, I like it. What do you got against sick people drinking soda? I was force-fed 7-Up when I was a kid, when I was sick. And that's why I can't drink 7-Up or Sprite to this day. But you saying my parents are bad parents because they were giving me 7-Up when I was a kid and sick? Helps you cough the stuff up, man.
I don't think he believes that it was soda. Hey, man, I was on a I was on a tech service call for 4.5 hours today.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Do you have me?
Chat wants to know how much time you spent practicing this game today.
0.
Chat, do you believe him?
What is there to not... I mean, did you not see all of the crap that went wrong?
We saw a little crap, but we were also watching BGT do more crap wrong.
Where's hold on, I want to pull up the restream.
He's on 6-2. It's twitch.tv/angrylarry, one word. No relation.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a lot of talk. A lot of people thought that you had Kyle playing for you. There's a bunch of people saying that they thought that they when you started up your stream the other day, they could tell that you like had been wearing roller skates earlier.
This comes from Sebastian Nebula in chat. I believe
Well,
he
that
would
guy
have.
hates
I believe he would have cheated. Comma. He is a coward. It's would have. I believe. But he is right. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me.
Wow.
You tell me.
Wow.
Okay, so Sebastian just doesn't like me. He's an antagonist, and he's disappointed that I haven't been able to get him Winona Ryder's autograph because we're from the same hometown.
And this comes by proxy from the Countess. Is Joshy D blaming somebody in chat right now?
Oh, you're gonna believe the Countess now? You know what that guy thinks about me. This is not my fault.
So that's two people that I've quoted, and both people hate you.
Both are.
Lay down on the couch here, Joshy. Let's talk about this. Do you have distrust issues with people?
I have therapy on Thursdays at noon, and we will be discussing this. But me and Louise will be going over these issues. But okay, I don't want anyone questioning the integrity of this race, not just of me, but of the SHI tournament and BGT and I on our honors. I mean, I did not remember those auto scrollers like whatsoever, and you saw me eating every barrel out of that damn truck. I got very, very lucky on the cliffs, but I used the rockers, so that I could go really slow. I was learning that the whole way. Clearly didn't remember how to fight the raft boss. I think that there was plenty of stuff that I got lucky on.
Well, I really think that. How many times did it take you to do the cliffs?
One.
How many times did it take you to get by the rafts?
I died a couple times on the rafts, but once I actually got to the rafts themselves, I took those really slow too and got through. I got incredibly lucky on those. But that look what happened at the diaper genie, man. That was ridiculous.
Let's get on to more important questions here. We're putting you on the spot here. You're nervous. You're on the verge of breaking, and we don't want that. We don't want that tonight. It's all about you guys putting on this performance for us. But let me ask.
It's all about having fun.
This is one question. This is a fun question for you.
I would love a fun question.
Very serious question.
Okay.
Because 30 minutes, 32 minutes, I think was your best time in this game prior to this. I don't know what it was right now. I think probably around 32 minutes as well. With that said, when you go into a supermarket, what's your favorite snack food to buy?
Okay, so I am a cheap jelly bean, just like the regular gas station jelly bean kind of guy, and candy corn. Those are among my favorites. I went through like a nice little Pringles phase recently, but I had to completely so the problem is that I live like a block away from a 7-Eleven, and I made the mistake of going in there once. And then I hadn't gone in there for like years of living nearby, and I went in there once, and then pretty soon every night I was in there getting a frozen drumstick, a bag of candy corn, one of them little things of Pringles because I didn't want to eat like a whole can of Pringles. And it was outrageous, and I spent months doing that and put on like 25 pounds, and then had to wean myself off it, and I've been on like cottage cheese for a couple months.
So you'd go with a drumstick over a nice fresh Nestle Toll House ice cream sandwich.
Yeah, the ice cream sandwiches. I've had a couple of good ones deep fried, but I
not the standard ones, not the ones with the devil food cake, the Nestle Toll House cookie ones.
Well, I know that brand, and I know it because I choose either one of those big good humor like ice cream cone ones or a drumstick usually. I don't know if you guys have them. If it's a regional thing, they say it's like a San Francisco thing, and It's It. Are you guys familiar with what one of those is? It's called an It's It.
What is it?
It's like a graham cookie.
Oh, it's the thing you want it all, but you can't have it.
I thought that was a Faith No More song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But are we gonna digress into that?
I was waiting for somebody to pick up on that.
I just got
Oh,
an
I know, I
image
know,
of
I
a
know. I
fish guy.
understand. Yes, very good. Did you know that the hit MC Hammer song "Pray"
Yes.
not only had like a record for saying the name of a song the most times of any radio hit, it's something like 900 in that song. They say the word "pray," but also the beat for that is from Faith No More's "We Care a Lot."
Yes, I believe we discovered that on my channel when you made me play MC Hammer one night because you didn't think I was going to play it, and I jammed out the
Well,
MC Hammer all night and made you stay and feel guilty.
I did, and I quite enjoyed it.
They really say it 900 times?
No, maybe not, but I mean, dude, they say it a lot.
And he says too legit
Did
to quit a lot as well.
But he says "pray" much more. And so do the background singers. So Artie is saying that It's It is a Bay Area thing. They recently and I was following It's It on Twitter, and so I could catch the debut of the matcha green tea It's It. And I prefer the mint, honestly.
Did you know Anthony Kiedis sued Faith No More because he thought he was stealing his vocal style?
Are you serious?
I've heard that rumor. I don't know if it's true or not.
Oh, it's really interesting.
Because he was singing like him, you know. He's like, "Oh, you're singing like me," and then he was like getting all shitty with him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that happening. But they're well, I guess no, because Red Hot Chili Peppers are more of a Southern California thing. Although Faith No More and Chili Peppers did both play Petaluma often.
Sebastian also says "Pray" sampled "When Doves Cry," and I believe the town song in Zelda 2 also sampled Prince. It might have been "When Doves Cry" as well.
Is that can't be right?
It's some Prince song that I sing every time I go into town, and I keep forgetting what it is.
Did you remember to switch the? I mean, of course, I don't mean to doubt your.
Oh no, I missed every opportunity to switch every single thing in the layout.
Oh, okay. So we didn't see the rockers.
No, we got the rockers and we got the T-birds when you switch, but forget about the tracking the stages part up top because
okay,
I wasn't paying attention.
Nice.
Yeah, we really didn't talk much about the race.
Okay.
We spent about 20 minutes on Kyle though.
Oh, dude, what a guy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Congratulations to him for winning.
Yeah, so okay, I see Kublius is in chat. She'll remember how well Kyle did in problem solving when we went to the Attack on Titan escape room in LA. Kyle's a real problem solver.
I believe that was his nickname in college.
Yes, Kyle the problem solver. Yeah. You know what? Kyle's so great, man. He went to junior high. Like when kids will make fun of you the most. In junior high, he wore his Star Trek: The Next Generation spandex like uniform to school, which shows nothing but genitalia through it, man. And that guy, he wore that damn thing, knowing like how ridiculed he would be because he was just such a badass. And I didn't appreciate it at the time. I have to admit, I didn't realize how ahead of the curve he was. In doing something like that, but he was into magic cards in Star Trek: The Next Generation. And
what's the age difference between you and Kyle?
1 year.
1 year. Okay, so very close.
Yeah, very close. So yeah. So I mean, I was in 7th grade and he was in 8th grade, and yeah.
I appreciate that Star Trek story because it's not as like genital revealing, but my uncle got me a Nintendo sweater. It was just a black regular like 80s 90s sweaters with like jalapeno green with neon green Nintendo logo on it. And like it's cool, like anybody would wear it now because oh god, like wearing any freaking Nintendo t-shirt is so retro cool now.
Yeah,
but god damn, if I wore that thing in school or anywhere, like I would get made fun of so much. It's like why the
absolutely
hell? But why? Like everyone loved Nintendo. Like why would I? It was like I wore a knockoff Champions sweater or knockoff Z Cavaricci's or something.
It's like a nerd culture thing.
Yeah, but
I mean, I remember people called me a Nintendo freak because I liked Nintendo when I was younger.
But yet those same people would come over your house and play it.
Yeah, they would, but they were just pissed off because I'd hose their asses,
Yeah, it's really great that nowadays, and I credit the internet a lot, that schools and teachers and adults who can help kids out through life being difficult, can actually be relatable. Like they can find the kinds of information to actually understand and provide uh, help for kids who like are like really into to magic or anime or video games and all these things that like were just completely misunderstood, I think, when we were in school. And so I think that they have a much easier time nowadays. And plus, the quote nerd culture is just like better accepted
Well,
generally.
yeah, that's because the nerds won. Like
They
everybody
did.
has to learn how to do a computer. Everybody plays
Right.
video games now. But like
Yeah.
at that point, it was like, well, fuck this kid. He's smart.
Or Lambda
Kick his
Lambda
ass.
Lambda was supreme.
Yeah, exactly.
Choke Me I Like It in chat says wife occasionally likes to get it from Rite Aid. I don't know what that means, but good for her.
Get what?
It.
Oh man, BGT is really struggling on this spike area, and
Is that because
this
you saying that because you did better?
Oh, wow.
No, I'm not. I mean, I died. I did. I died a couple times in this, but I feel like I got really lucky. Um, on this, like after you fight these two guys, which I mean, actually I'm on stream delay, but once you do this fight, this next section of the spikes, I thought it was such a miracle that I got through. And then luckily, when I got hit by the flame bar on the conveyor belts, right before the door, I guess I hit it early enough that it rolled me back, and I didn't get pushed into the spikes.
Joshy D, better violin player, Kenny G, Yo-Yo Ma, or a Poindexter?
I'm completely unqualified to answer a question like that.
Okay.
Who was that? Was that an Angry Larry question, or was that from the chat?
No, from the chat says it's almost like BGT didn't practice when you were talking about dying in spikes a lot.
Yeah, can I not comment on the race now without there being accusations of dishonesty?
Oh no, go
I
ahead
mean,
if you like
yeah,
to.
I'd say it's too late for that, but I mean, you can say whatever you want. Also, I just want to say that Poindexter is like a really good word. It needs to be used more often.
Yeah, let's
It,
try to
it really
incorporate
is.
that.
Like what kind of Poindexter would know the word defenestration,
Well, we're
which
gonna
is
call.
what happened to BGT.
Yeah, let's
No,
ignore that word and just call the boomerang in Zelda 1 the Poindexter from now on.
I don't know why. So why do people not like the boomerang? That thing's really useful. I guess I don't. What?
How is it useful?
You can stun enemies and then you can stab them.
You want
And
a legit answer to it? It takes
Yeah.
a little bit of time to pick up, and it actually gets in the way of your menuing if you want to get to other items. So
okay.
you lose time over duration if you're not actively if you're going to be too good to use it syndrome.
Okay.
Plus, somebody made up a horrible term for it, and no one likes that guy. So there you go.
Well, I mean, I think I guess I think it's a useful thing. I would always pick it up. I also like to farm to get a ring.
I mean, you
right
also
at the
pick up
beginning
the
of Zelda
cross,
1.
and you'd pick up the book as well, probably.
Oh yeah, I mean, most of those items in the game are pretty useful. I think that speedrunners are really missing out on a lot of the game by like ignoring those things.
Speaking of missing out on a lot of the game, where do you stand on speedruns that like speedruns that games done quick that basically skip half the game? Would you rather see somebody crush the game as fully intended, or to see somebody's like skipping out half the game, accessing memories, going right to the end credit stuff?
I like to watch as much of the game as possible, and to see people interacting within the regular play space in fun and efficient and skillful ways. But for the purposes of like marathons and stuff, I think it's really cool that a game that I like can be in there multiple years by having one category 1 year and then like having like in any percent like the next year. And I think people who follow these like major events they'll get to see like the same game multiple times and done in different ways. So
Best-
I think that I mean, I don't like really watching a fairy glitch Zelda 2 run, but I like that I've seen one of them, and I think that's really cool. But it's just like it gets so confusing after a while. It's like, oh wow, that was pretty neat that they did that, but it's not like a good watch. But I'm glad to see it once, and I would like to see it done with like nice explanation, which is usually what you get at a GDQ event.
Better Final Fantasy game, 10 Part 2?
I haven't played any of the 10s. I don't know anything about
It was
them.
yes. It was a yes or yes question.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like 9. I think 9's really good.
Yeah.
Vivi's just like the most touching character ever.
Who?
Vivi, the black
okay.
maid?
No, I for some reason I didn't hear the V sound. I heard like PB. I'm like,
Oh
who the
yeah,
hell
yeah.
is
PB is
PB?
really good. PB is like the fastest of the Final Fantasy characters.
So
Hoyo.
speaking of PB, bentglasstube just did a PB on 6.2. He got this far.
What he made it almost to the end conveyors a little while ago.
See,
I want to see what his diaper genie's fights like, because I mean maybe he
do you have
ever learned-
another hour and a half to hang out with us?
Yeah,
To
I
find
say
out?
you might need to put on a diaper to be able to see that.
So yeah, gosh darn, that thing where you try to turn around on the conveyor belts and it just knocks you into the spikes. I was watching the race chat and was absolutely sure that bentglasstube was going to snipe me when it took me 4 or 5 times to beat the boss.
We were actually hoping by the time you got to the boss, bentglasstube was still trying to do the Cliffs of Insanity. In fact, his first try in the Cliffs of Insanity, he made it all the way to the last jump and fell. And then the next 17 times, he never got to the last jump. But finally muscled through it at the time you beat the game. But we were actually hoping for bentglasstube to come from behind and win because it took you so long to beat the diaper genie.
That would have been perfect for the race environment. I would have probably put my head through the TV. bentglasstube just trying to like jump all the way to the other platform.
Yeah, he's trying for new strats. I mean, the traditional ones are not working for him, so why not? So when are you going to race BGT and Zelda 1 randomizer? Because here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm thinking BGT has the experience in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But then I watched him play like for 3 hours last night during a race at the same time. So I think if you ever wanted a spot where you can humble your buddy,
yeah,
I think it'd be picking up Zelda 1 randomizer and racing within a month against BGT.
That might be cool. Well, we were planning to do 100% all bones in wacky races.
Are you really going to do the old bones part, or are you just saying you're going to do the old bones part? Because I've heard this one before.
Yeah, and God damn it. I got in so much trouble from your chat because
yeah, my chat's toxic.
Yes, absolutely. I thought that we were going to race all bones, and then told everyone that that's what we were going to do. And then at the last minute, whoever I was racing said that no, I don't want to do all bones. And so then, oh geez, I just saw what.
Yeah, he got to the last jump in the stage and just took a dive, and I think he's done.
I thought he
can't be
soft
done.
lock.
EverDrive froze.
Soft lock.
Wait, for real?
Well, that's what he's claiming, but we're not buying it just as much as we're not buying you didn't practice. To be honest. That's like Dig Shake when he lost his Final Fantasy 2 save file, and he was just like, "Oh well, I'll move on to Final Fantasy 3." It's like, no, you didn't lose your Final Fantasy save file. You deleted it, so you didn't have to play the game anymore.
Is that what happened? He quit Final Fantasy 2 and he advanced?
He had no save file. He went to load it up. Save file wasn't there because he deleted it off stream, and then.
Wow, and he still claims he's doing a serious playthrough, huh?
Yeah, I know. He didn't never even beat Dragon Warrior 6.
Shit.
Well, Dragon Warrior 6 kind of sucks, man. I don't like that one. So yeah, a similar thing happened to Kyle, who's been playing through all the Final Fantasy games on my channel. Not to plug anything that I'm doing here, But on Final Fantasy II, the Super Nintendo one for the US, our cartridge just like went nuts towards the end of the game, and we lost our save file on it. And but that was a game that we were actually enjoying. Dig Shake, as far as I know, really hated Final Fantasy II proper.
I love Final Fantasy II. I'm learning the speedrun for it.
Are you really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, is he?
He's starting over.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. He says in chat he's practiced probably enough as you have, so he's going to now make an attempt at it.
I love BGT. Look at this guy.
He's a showman,
Wow.
man. He doesn't give up. I watched him race Zelda 2 for 4 hours last Thursday.
That's so dope. What a guy. What a guy. Can I don't have that channel open anymore. Oh no, I do. Yes. BGT.
He's good at Zelda too, though. He had a solid run the other day.
Yeah, I mean he had a good PB on all keys. I meant the weekly randomizer race is what I meant to say.
Oh, the randomizer.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean he was going 3 hours strong on that one. Because Glove was in 5, I think.
Oh, I had a dumb seed before this where the medicine was in 6, and I'd already dug out like, you know, the Mesa Island items and the both tiles in the east and both items in frickin' Death Mountain. But the medicine was in 6, which unlocked the spell, and the spell unlocked the kid, and the kid was Reflect.
Yeah,
And that's what
you have to get all items in that game. You can't skip items anymore. Like you look at Buzz lost tournament races because of it. The newest version, whenever that hit, it locks things behind other things, like guaranteed. So you have to get every item every time now.
Oh,
So
man.
never be like, I went and won, I made a right turn, I saw horse head, SJP. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna just forget about the item. Nope, go back for the item because it's either a magic container that gets
absolutely.
you the item in New Kasuto or it's whatever. So.
Well, so I've recently been rewatching the Zelda 2 randomizer tournament videos, and I heard you making that comment on a lot of commentaries, and it was really panning out in that tournament that
Every time.
everyone was getting stuck with item block.
Look at
Except-
any race.
Yeah, except Dig Shake's race. Dig Shake had like this one race where like every item was just free, and he almost beat it in under an hour.
Well, I mean, we can put it this way. Even though items are more than not going to be required for other things, people can arrive at them first. So it's not like they're going to be the last item every single time. I just have the feeling that every single time I play it, everyone's arriving at those items first.
Yeah.
And like I'm watching people be done while I'm still searching for the freaking trophy for Thunder. And that's what's been annoying me. But hello. bentglasstube.
Is he in the
He
Discord?
is, but he said he also gave me game audio, and I never heard his game audio, and now I'm not hearing him in Discord. So he's got computer issues. He does this thing.
I turned on push to talk.
Yeah,
so
he does this thing where he sets up his stream and then he just changes it for no reason the next day, and uses a different mic, different. Yeah, hello.
Hey, I have push to talk. That's why you couldn't hear me. I was trying to still fucking play roller games, but I got to stop and push to talk.
I never left the chat, asshole.
So you didn't have my game audio? That's probably because the GV USB like cut out, and I can't tell from my end.
Yeah,
so
no,
I apologize for that.
I didn't have it. I didn't say anything because you were racing. It's no big deal. So big question here, BGT for you.
Yeah.
Did Joshy D practice or not?
I mean, I'm kind of surprised that he finished as quickly as he did without practicing. So, you know, he had mentioned to Countess that he was worried we were both going to finish too quickly. So maybe that's his way of trying to be a little bit honorable and clue me in that he was practicing. I don't know.
No, your reply.
Conspiracy theorists, you know.
I was convinced that we would both like not put on a good show, and what people want to see for a good show is some struggling, which I commend you for delivering admirably on the struggle. I got very lucky on
with your painting, the defenestration of bentglasstube. I didn't realize that you were throwing the rules of the match out the window with me.
No. I'm not throwing the baby out with the BGT.
Just go
I mean,
BGT, baby.
That's a good one.
I did my usual rockers strategy on the cliffs and got just had a really nice, I went really slow, but I think it was very clear that I had no idea where the crumbles were going to happen, and just like got through that really with a lot of luck. But like, I mean, I didn't remember how to fight Diaper Genie, and I didn't remember how to fight the jet ski guy. I was punching the jet ski.
Oh man, I fought the jet ski guy forever. I don't like.
Yeah.
I remember you're supposed to like do the specials, and I think I hit him with 2 of them, but then like after that I missed the 3rd one, and I feel like I punched him like 20 times. I don't understand like what I was supposed to do there.
Well, because I was just taking damage trying to jump kick, and I don't know the jump kick timing. I almost died on the stupid truck because I couldn't remember like how to dodge the things, the barrels. Dion Heffley is asking about what the defenestration of BGT is.
No, I think he's asking you to repeat everything you said and pretend like he's not from California and talk to him like he's 6 years old, because you use a lot of big words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But go ahead, explain that phrase.
But I mean, no, it's so bentglasstube produced a very inflammatory and defaming newspaper article about me and my character and my demise after a tournament match. And in that, he called me a connoisseur of pretentious cheeses, which I don't even know what the hell that means.
It means you eat stuff that they don't supply in a normal supermarket.
Yeah, well, so if BGT wants a pretentious and highfalutin kind of disc game, I decided to call upon the great classical artists who had produced a work of art called the defenestration of bentglasstube, which is a term that means to throw someone out of a window, which is what
Shook Knighting somebody.
Yes. Okay. Shook Knight. So let's if we can get that linked in the chat, because I think people need to see that.
Yeah, everyone's waiting for that.
Oh, of course.
So bentglasstube, what's your favorite end cap snack food to buy in a supermarket?
End cap snack food?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it was a nice jump. I'm not sure what constitutes an end cap.
Well, something on the end cap of a supermarket. Like, does anybody ever like little Drake's, a Hostess, the Entenmann's, the Little Debbie's?
I like the Hostess, the round cakes with like the swirly shaped frosting on them. I don't know what they're called.
They're just called cupcakes.
Cupcakes, yeah. I didn't know if there was a fancy word for them. I didn't want Joshy D to try and one up me again.
There has to be a fancy word for those.
I think they're just called Hostess cupcakes. The swirly ones, you mean like it looks like a ribbon going down the center of the top?
Yeah. It's like not just a straight line. It's kind of curly.
Yeah, chocolate with the vanilla swirl.
Yeah, I think those are just called Hostess cupcakes.
It's called a cupcake. Yeah.
Bullshit.
BGT.
Yeah,
it's Joshy D here.
Hey, Joshy D.
Hey, so I think that maybe the viewers are somewhat dissatisfied with the imbalance of this race. I'm loving every moment of it. I think it's great. But are we still going to present the viewers with the 100% all bones showcase?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just have to practice it this time, to get on the same level.
No. Well, I mean, so it might be necessary for someone to go through and at least figure out if all the bones are findable.
Are you volunteering? Is that how you want to practice?
No. I don't want any more of these accusations of skullduggery. I didn't mean, I had a good run, but I guess my run only looks good with how pathetic bentglasstube has turned out to be.
Wow.
This.
What? You can't even like say my name like a normal person? Come on. Joshidi. How is it going, Joshidi? I am from California. I am Joshi D.
Are you trying to be? I mean, yeah. So
I like
if
to
you,
practice games before.
Hello, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving 2018 to you. Welcome to the bentglasstube Marathon.
no, so maybe Larry or Buzz or someone would volunteer to just scope out the route and make sure that the bones are findable.
Well, why would they put bones in the game that you couldn't get?
Well, just so that way because if we're gonna go through
Have you ever
blind
played
as far
Teenage
as
Mutant Ninja Turtles? Like
bones
there's
are
that pizza
concerned,
that you can't get at all.
Oh, say you think there's like troll bones.
there might be troll bones. So I'm just if we can confirm that like if you see a bone on screen you can get it and you don't have to like go hunting anywhere for bones. I just don't remember that game all that well.
There's
Yeah,
no.
are there like bones that I remember there's one bone that's like up on a weird platform that you normally wouldn't go that way, and then you got to kind of circle back. And are there any levels where like if you miss a jump you can't get the bone or something?
Well, there might be a high-low one where if you take one spot, you can't scroll backwards to go back in the low route to get another bone. That might be it. But the levels themselves, they're all one screen high. Like there's no, I guess that would be horizontal scrolling to be done in that game. Everything's on the same screen.
Yeah, are there hidden bones? That's a question.
I don't think so. Why would they be? I think everything's like right in front.
Yeah, I don't remember that game being very complicated, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But before we dived into it, I thought that'd be good to just scope it out. But I didn't want to do any recon on it because we're doing these things blind.
So what happens
Buzz
if
Thunder blind or actual blind though?
Why there might be a
I
Joshie D
remember-
blind, which is in between a Buzz Thunder blind and an actual blind now.
Buzz Thunder blind was nothing like a blind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Would you remember our Wacky Races match where you said you were going into it blind and you smoked me by like 10 minutes?
I said mostly blind.
Yeah, mostly was in there. Learn from those. Learn from that.
No, this was I think that if people review this VOD carefully, it'll be very clear that I had no practice in.
What's the penalty if you miss a bone?
It's run invalid, I guess.
Really?
Or maybe we should have like a time penalty. But I think we should really just try to get all the bones.
There are some tricky ones, that's for sure.
Time penalty for missed bones, like a 10-second runoff, might be valid.
I don't know if that's fair because some of these are, like you're gonna die trying to get them.
Yeah.
Again, I'm only on the second level right now, but
if you skip
like
30
minutes per missed bone.
30 minutes per missed bone.
See, like, how do you even get this one?
I don't know. I think that's why our race will take so long. We'll try to figure it out.
So some of them you need the feathers required apparently.
Oh yeah. So what if you lose the feather and then can't get back to it?
Then you're fucked.
Yeah, you might have to take a game over.
It's a reset, yeah.
Or a reset.
Well,
Wow,
I think maybe at that time a 2-minute penalty, 1 minute penalty per missed bone, because
I'd say 1 minute.
1 minute's probably good. Because if there's one you absolutely can't get, you just keep going and just add the minute onto the end of your time. So it is still a race, but you also don't want to get that many deductions as well.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah. Chad's asking for a piss test.
No, Chad is not asking for a piss test. Sebastian's asking for a piss test. I told you this guy's.
Are you saying he's not Chad?
Wait, I'm saying that he is not representing the overall tone of the chat, which I think is very pro Joshie D, actually.
No, I don't know about that. There were a lot of
The word on the
hashtags,
street is that you
BGTs.
paid off some of the people in chat with a 10-pound box of Humboldt Fog. I'm not sure what that is.
Humboldt Fog is a remarkable
pretentious cheese? Is that what
No,
it is?
it's a wonderful cheese.
Joshie D, what's a cheese? 4 letters. It begins with E. Or, I'm sorry. Just what's a 4-letter cheese? Yellow cheese.
A yellow cheese
With 4 letters. Yeah. It's in my crossword. I wasn't able to get it because it wasn't American or cheddar or Swiss.
Huh. I'm drawing
Is
up.
brie yellow?
No, Brie's not yellow. That's a soft cheese. That's a soft, usually white rind cheese.
Edam. Thank you, Kublius. Got me covered. Yeah,
Oh,
I
wow.
think it began with E.
Whoa,
So
well,
Edam
yeah.
looks like.
there goes your cheese cred, Joshy D.
I know, right? Look at you.
Oh.
I just called you out on that, and now you have to fake like you're something else now.
There goes
Well,
your cheese cred.
I enjoy the fine cheeses, but it's just because like I'm friends with a cheesemonger who works for Cowgirl Creamery and hooks me up with all these great cheeses.
Cowgirl Creamery. I saw her stream this afternoon. She was doing athletics on Twitch.
Now.
What? It was like yoga pants involved and a nicely placed camera.
Yeah, well, I mean, so Kublius calling out our fellow Scani, well, not fellow, but her fellow Scani in the channel.
Yeah, come on, don't try and get in on that, Joshy D.
Knows nothing about cheese apparently.
What was the name? California Queen Creamery? What was that name again?
Well, he works for Tamales Bay Foods, but they distribute Cowgirl Creamery and
Cowgirl
other,
Creamery. I'm gonna change my Twitch name to Cowgirl Creamery.
You really should.
I really
That's
imagine the
awesome.
viewers I would get.
So Ryan is saying I'd actually prefer to have Joshy do a full physical colon cleanse and prostate exam.
So now you're gonna say that it's only Sebastian calling you out for drug testing?
Well, what Ryan should know is that after 8 years of W, when President Obama got elected, I did. I wanted a ritual cleansing, so I went and had colon hydrotherapy as a symbolic way of transitioning.
Jesus Christ, bentglasstube, why did you not beat this game already?
God.
What does that even mean, Joshy D?
That means
I think it's what it sounds like, isn't it?
They filled my
Oh my god.
my back end with lots of water, and they kind of rolled me around and massaged it, and then I watched everything go through a clear glass tube. It might have been acrylic, but with like a light behind it, and you could see everything in there.
You didn't say bentglasstube, man. That was
come
a
on,
missed
that's an
opportunity.
opportunity.
Why was this not the trash talk that was going on before? Like, hey, listen, buddy, last time I was in a room with a bent glass tube, I got colonolic
I feel double
hydrotherapy
betrayed.
anus.
Somehow that was less of a pain in the ass.
Like, not only do we have Joshy D practicing the no practice race, but he's not even bringing his A game to the shit talking beforehand.
Yeah, and literal shit talking.
Yes. What? Take it up with Ryan Seven, who wanted to talk about the colon cleanse.
The Countess just said, "Is Joshy D blaming and fighting with chat again?"
No, where's the Countess talking? Are you in a private chat room with the Countess?
I'm getting faxes to my right here. He's just sending them in. He sent the same one like 20 times in his defense, I guess, or my defense. Your defense, whatever it is.
So we're gonna go on the authority of a guy who goes through the Arby's drive-through and uses their unsecured printer network to print waifus.
I mean, that's the only reason I would ever talk to the Countess to begin with, is because he, like, my introduction to Countess was that story.
It's incredible.
And it was like the greatest story I've ever heard. I'm like, this is definitely the guy I want to have, like, you know, moderate relations with in the internet, where we chat occasionally.
Clearly deviant behavior, though.
Yeah, well, listen, if anybody's printer is unsecure, I mean, you send crap to that printer, like, no doubt. But yeah, bentglasstube, are you planning on finishing this game anytime soon, or can I go?
Anytime soon? No, I doubt it. Like, I'm pretty aggravated because of the fucking the lockup there.
That really was unfortunate.
Yeah, was that a real lockup, or was that a Josh D? I didn't practice lockup.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Larry! You
was a
can't
real
possibly believe that.
Believe that what, he locked up on purpose or locked up unintentionally?
No. But you're claiming in that statement that we're not believing that I went into this race with no
not
practice.
we, Sebastian Nebula in chat.
Yeah, well, but no, you called it. Was that a real lockup, or was that a Joshy D no practice lockup? Like it didn't happen legitimately.
I'm just listening. Broadcast
Larry just goes
journalist.
to the memes, you know.
I'm a broadcast journalist. I call it as I see it.
I think all bones is a great idea. This is going to take you guys a long time.
Buzz is in favor of talking about you guys for 2 hours. That's all he wants to do.
All bones.
No,
sounds-
not that long, but yeah, about as long as this.
That's great. No, I'm excited for all bones. Sebastian says, Joshy, I was Joshy's first Twitch follower, so I'm pretty much the authority on the game. Yeah, I met you very, very early into
Shit.
our.
What did you do for your first stream?
I think I played like Rygar or something like that for my first stream, but I met Sebastian when we played Night Trap, and he was all Team Megan, and I was all Team that like kind of Amish looking girl.
Was Megan the one that hung herself after like 20 minutes of reading like, happy dialogue?
No, Megan's the girl who I think plays the tennis racket like a guitar or something like that.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Night Trap?
Sega CD, it's a legendary game.
Oh, never heard of it.
There was congressional hearings about it, dude.
I know, right? It basically was the game that made that made Mortal Kombat be the game that made the rating system.
The ESRB.
Oh.
Night Trap was basically the 2 Live crew of video game congressional hearings.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, it was a garbage game, so that's probably why.
What system is it?
Sega CD
And it's like
and
terribly
32X CD.
I had it on 3DO.
Oh, look at me! I own the 3DO. I live in California. You pretentious Jesus.
Larry, please, man.
I'm just saying what BGC's thinking.
We need to go bowling to sort this animosity out.
I am retired.
Do you do a 4-step approach or a 5-step approach?
It depends because I have the yips sometimes. So sometimes I alternate between 4 and 5. It depends on the approach surface, the bowling alley I'm in.
Yeah.
It really does. Like,
You guys ever bowl left-handed?
I did do a season left-handed once when I bowled in a recreational league, and I was garbage at it.
Yeah, I only did it as a joke one night.
And I think it
Yeah,
messed me up righty.
We were all drunk over break. I did it. And I actually got a 100. It blew my mind.
Joshy D, what's your high game?
I was looking through because I save a lot of my my games on my phone in a photo. What was it, like a 223?
223. That's a good game.
What's crazy, like you can get almost all strikes and still only get like a 223 if you just happen to, screw one up in the middle.
It's all about turkeys.
Yeah,
I think you can get 9 strikes and not bowl at 200.
Yeah.
it's
You guys see
it's
that?
so
show?
depressing.
You can also bowl at 300 and not shoot 600 for a 3-game series as well. Guess which one of us did that?
Yeah, I have to assume that little tidbit of knowledge would come with the story.
No, I think I broke 600, but I didn't break 700, and I was pissed off.
That's great though, man.
I had a 790 for a 3-game series, sanctioned. And my second ball in the 10th of the last game was a rip pocket 9 that was just sitting there like a choke finger staring at me. And if if I got that and then struck in the last ball, it would have been 800 on the dot. But nevertheless, 790, best I could ever do. But I practiced to do that my whole life.
For that moment.
For that moment, yeah. That was a good year, though. I was inching closer and closer to PBs every single time I went out there.
Yeah, well, it's consistency, like if you can get out to the lanes often enough, that's really what it takes.
Well, it depends, because you can practice on crappy lane conditions because no bowling center ever dresses the lanes league condition for just regular bowling. They just oil the lanes before leagues now, and not even only leagues. So, question in chat, is this chat sub-only mode too? Nope. But everyone pretty much left, and that's why you're not seeing a lot of activity. Bentglasstube is
wants to
still on
watch me
stage 3.
finish this off.
No.
Dude, I'm loving watching you play, man.
He says
I'm
no.
a BGT fan. The more BGT I can get, the better.
What is your favorite BGT moment, and did you watch any of the Thanksgiving Day marathon?
Who did the Thanksgiving Day marathon?
There was a 24-hour Thanksgiving Day BGT marathon, and you didn't even watch?
I must have been in there the whole
That doesn't
time.
sound like a real fan to me.
Yeah, right? It's like me saying I'm the biggest Final Fantasy fan, and then like, oh, what's your favorite game? Like, I don't know. I didn't complete 13 of them.
Well, I guess no. I've hung out plenty in BGT's channel. Come on.
What's your favorite BGT moment of all time?
The eco key is so sick. Like that really, I think that was I'll see you, Kubliest. I thought that was just an incredible gutsy thing. I mean, I guess there's no risk. I mean, you're there without the ability to get over that that jump in the palace. But just to think to do that, like I never even would have considered trying. So
Yeah, I was really hoping for like a key item back there, but it was something like garbage, like the cross or something, or candle. I don't remember what it was. It was something completely useless that I was like so disappointed after pulling off that eco key that I didn't even get something worthwhile.
yeah, so he hadn't even practiced it before, and so he it was on his second try, but he just did it after having seen people do it in other games.
Since you humbled BGT in Rollergames, are you going to go after his 100% all keys time in Zelda 2?
It was legitimately my 2017 New Year's resolution to get a time in all keys, and I tried on one day to do it, and wasn't successful, and mostly just had like a really hard time. Like I had to keep pausing and looking at maps to find my way through some of the palaces. But yeah, I'm gonna do it. And I don't know if I'm specifically going after his time, but I think naturally I'll just be better and just beat his time.
BGT in chat says he'll never beat my time anyway, so he should not bother trying.
Yeah, that sounds like what I would say.
What do you have, BGT?
What do I have?
Like he doesn't remember.
25.
What'd you say? 325?
8725.
Oh, okay. Actually, that's pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna get one of those.
So you don't have a specific goal, Josh?
I'd like to do under 2 hours for sure.
Oh, well, that's a joke.
Yeah,
but
if you can 1cc, you can do under 2 hours. You can need a better goal than that.
Okay. How about sub 90?
That's a pretty legitimate goal.
Yeah, that should be no problem.
That's like going from I want to be the president of the United States to I want to be the highest playing basketball player in the world. Like that's where your goals went just now.
Okay. But I mean, since I don't have any time, I don't have any proper clear, any 1cc would be good. It's baby steps. And I don't have a timer anyway.
Do you think you can get a time before BGT finishes the rest of this Rollergames run? Or I turn off the stream?
I think he can.
Maybe. I'm not, I get so lost in the palaces, man. I can't remember how to get through 5.
5's actually pretty easy because you can skip most of it.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
Yeah, it just takes a couple times of doing it, and you'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
It just takes some practice, which I don't practice. That's my problem.
We're back on this.
That's my problem with speed running is that I'm not a speed runner because I don't practice
all day.
I was playing Zelda. You guys watched me play Zelda 2. I was doing a randomizer. Sleepy Mario 5, you go left twice at the elevator.
Yeah. Take the first elevator down and go left. Take the next one down, go left, and then next one down, you go right.
Five's tricky.
Well, you do also go left at the to go towards the item room, but that's one way. Left towards another key, but that's one way.
Well, you've been tearing it up lately at all keys. Larry?
Me? Yeah, I tore it up 2 times. I think I got 3 total times, and I think that was it for me. I think I set like, I think I went like 92 minutes, 91 minutes, 89 minutes. I'm like, I'm done. We're done. It's better than BGT. Goal accomplished. And then BGT spent the next 72 hours straight trying to beat my time, and finally did it last night.
Yeah, it's tough. Like for someone who just generally lacks the sense of urgency to go fast in a video game, speedrunning's difficult.
I'm gonna die to this truck again.
Well, why do you keep getting barreled in the face? Why are you not moving? Like, I don't want to backseat you or anything, but you're just standing there and taking the barrels in the face. Like, you have no chance of winning this because of all the damage.
I got hit by more barrels than that.
It's not a competition.
I knew how to do this at one point.
Yeah, I used to know how to do the truck too, but I don't anymore.
I mean, I got through the truck with 1 barrel left of damage, and I thought it was a Christmas miracle.
I think the term is Festivus Miracle. How's Wacky Races going, Buzz?
It's fine.
How fun is All Bones?
It's there's a few tricky ones, but for the most part, it's not really that much of a deviation.
Uh-huh. Well, we don't remember the game anyway, so it should be it should be bad enough.
There's some
right?
tricky ones where you need to like backtrack, and you can only get them if you have the feather.
Does the game scroll back left? Yeah, it does, right?
Yeah, you can go back.
Okay.
I'm approaching Penelope.
That's right, it has to, because if you miss jumps, you got to go back and get back on platforms.
Oh man, I never learned how to do that fight. It's always such a mess.
She's such a babe.
She is one smoking babe.
I think we're seeing this most smokingest babe that we've ever done in a game. Nice phrasing.
What
but
about
still.
sexy ice cream?
Sexy Ice Cream does not hold a candle to Sly Fox, Vicky McEwen.
Sexy ice cream.
She
Well,
doesn't.
no, I thought the carrots were sexier than the ice cream, right?
Carrots are whores. You ever see
Whoa.
the box cover? They're like vegetable prostitutes on the box cover.
Yeah, they look like, prostitutes that are, about 5 years past their prime.
Yeah. Like
It's not a competition.
discounted ones, you know.
Okay, so on my video feed, BGT is back at the truck.
Yes.
I'm hoping for success at this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
I
we
mean,
get
I
to watch
did-
him try to jump the
I
cliffs
tried to
for 20
restart the
minutes.
audio too. Do you guys have audio now or no?
Oh, I haven't even tried, but with 4
Oh,
people
okay.
talking.
I mean, you only have to not get hit by most of the barrels, and you should be fine.
Yeah, if you get there with full health, you can actually just stand there and tank every barrel. I
That's
think
what
I remember.
Buzz used to do.
Do I do T-birds now? I don't remember.
Oh, do you do
Yes.
you do T-bird strats for the cliffs?
Fatty strats, you know it.
Nice.
It still took me like
Icebox
8
Robert Smith.
tries.
Yeah, but the first try you got there.
Yeah, I got to the last hop on the first try, and then I forgot there's a little delay on the last hop, so I botched it, and then I couldn't even do the second jump right after that. It was ridiculous.
Josh, you did it first time.
Yeah, did you see how slow I went though?
You did go pretty damn slow.
I went pretty damn slow,
Yeah.
and got lucky because it's actually hard on a couple of those jumps. If you go too slow, but. Oh yeah, Link Sevens is talking about Legend of the Ghost Lion. There's a lot of spandex on that cover, I think. For epic box art babes.
Man,
Give us the Wacky Races update. Or are you looking at the cover?
cloud level is rough for All Bones.
Angry Larry, recently I was watching on YouTube a Roller Games episode, and I actually got to see Icebox Robert Smith do the freeze on somebody.
The
Like, he
deep
hopped
freeze
on
and
him.
his shirt comes up, his belly starts hanging out.
It's so awesome. Maybe on the other video screen on the restream, we should just have a YouTube episode of roller games going.
I'm actually putting up a picture right now because I'm sick of seeing that green screen.
Oh, okay.
Get Shelly Jameson with
Got through the
Electric
clips.
Randy Whitman and Skinny Minnie.
On at least one of the episodes, a guy who I assume had to have been like the songwriter for the theme song is like walking through the audience and singing along to the theme song, and it's super great.
Yeah, that guy was actually on the Rockers and got
Oh,
hurt
was he?
and got hurt in one of the episodes, one of the tapings. And yeah, I think he composed all the songs on the CD that was never released but was released somehow. That we played before this race.
Oh, did you play Rollergames music?
I played Rollergames the soundtrack, yeah, and then when it got like to track like 6, I just started it over again because the first 3 songs were the best songs.
Yeah, I haven't heard it. I'd like to.
They
find
had
a copy of
it
that.
was pretty awesome because they used to have like Lita Ford, Warrant, I think Expose. Remember Expose? I remember Expose.
No, but I saw an episode on YouTube where they had some prominent rock band.
Probably Warrant.
Well, it was Warrant.
It would have to be Warren.
Yeah, they had Warrant, Lita Ford, Kumo D. No, Tone Loc. I don't. One of the who's the guy who did Young MC? Young MC was there.
I was gonna ask if it was Young MC, like because you named like all of the other people
Yeah.
of that.
It was Young MC and like Tammy Hansen from the Hot Flash sang a song, and then the guy who was walking through the crowd. I think that was the All-Star Game where he did that. You gotta watch the All-Star Game. That was pretty awesome.
Young MC did Off to the Principal's Office I Go, right?
And
The playground.
was that him?
I mean I don't know who else it would have been.
I'm trying to think of
Maybe.
his main song, and now I'm drawing a blank. Bust a Move.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
he definitely did Bust a Move.
Speaking of busting a move, bentglasstube busts a move right in the water. What are we at
doing
here?
great, buddy.
What's your timer at? Hold on.
What's the timer?
He's at 95
hour
minutes right now.
36, I think.
Cock.
I was never. I mean, I think what bummed me out so much about the Wacky Races tournament is that I thought I actually was kind of good at that game, and everyone else was just so much better.
I think BGT did really well in that tournament and lost every race, if I remember right.
I didn't lose every race, I don't think. I was an ultimate loser, so I must have won at least one.
The
You-
group
you
stages.
beat
I mean.
me.
Yeah, he got robbed.
Yeah, the group stages. I mean, I think you completed every single one with a good time, and then like you had a good time against Link Sevens, but Link Sevens had a really good time. You had a bad time against Dig Shake, where your race against Link Sevens that time would have beat Dig Shake, and then your third race, I think you also put up a good time, but the other person was just that much better. So you went into the losers bracket 0-3, but had good times in each race.
Yeah, the SHI tournament got just like really tough where like you could like it felt like in roller games if you weren't terrible, you could probably win your match. But it ended up being that being good wasn't good enough. You had to like actually be really good.
Well, the games increasingly got harder, where it wasn't like Wacky Races was a game that even if you were bad at the game, you can still finish the game.
Yeah.
And Panic Restaurant as well. If you weren't if you weren't good at the game, you can still finish the game. But just the time between you and you probably already lost. Where in roller games, everyone seemed to be in that same bell curve of times, where it depended on a few factors. 3-2, Cliffs 6-2, determining the winner.
Yeah, I really think that that's what made roller games like a pretty good tournament. game is that it had those major swing points where even a good player could just mess up something pretty big and give an opportunity for someone to catch up.
Yeah, well, it had convenient checkpoints as well, roller games. So there wasn't a lot of going back to the beginning. Like there was, but the stages weren't necessarily
Other
that
than
long.
cliffs, there's not really a super annoying reset.
I would say the cliffs and the rafts, or
Yeah,
both.
the rafts can be troublesome and set you back.
Like 6.2 is harder, but 6.2 is also
The
shorter.
resets are way quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got through rafts on like my first try once I got to the hard rafts before the freeze up, but now I'm struggling with them. Like I forgot how to do the rafts initially, but I got that the one where you have to like turn. I got that one on the first try, which I was pretty happy about. And then I took 100 years to fight the boss, of course.
What?
Well, I like that we were both doing punch strats on that boss.
I like the fact
Now
that
I can't
Buzz
even
is
stay on the
secretly
dock.
playing Roller Games, Wacky Races, and Panic Restaurant to see if he can beat all three before BGT can beat this one game.
It's not a secret.
How far are you right now, Buzz?
I'm in the final stage.
Of Wacky Races?
Yeah.
Are you going right to Panic Restaurant after that?
I don't think I have it in me.
Man, I never figured out how to beat the boss at Panic Restaurant.
Ouch.
Oh, you just threw eggs, and then like he went high, he went low. He went high, he went low.
Yeah, it didn't seem to work for me, man. Link7 says, I'm going to be excited when Buzz finishes all bones first.
It's already done.
Oh my God.
It's pretty close.
There's a no practice run as well.
Not since the marathon.
Well, what's coming up for the SHI tournament? I haven't really been paying attention since I left after season 3.
Well, coming up.
They've been talking about it at GDQ between like every race.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Get that exposure.
We had one
Where did
guy
you get that?
sub, so he can talk and chat about it. We're actually doing an Olympics in February.
Oh, tell me about the Olympics.
Well, it's not really known yet, but we can talk about it now. So the 16 participants in the tournament are going to divide up into 8 teams. One from the cesspool, one from the upper deck, random draw. So 2 people per team, 8 teams. And we're going to play a series of 6 games. And everyone's going to represent 2 of those games. Now, the other 2 games are going to be represented by every team's going to bring in somebody from the outside to make a 3-person team. Everyone's
That's
going
pretty
to
cool.
Everyone's going to play 2 games. That means 8 people are responsible. The 8 teams have 1 person responsible for every game. So it's going to be a single elimination tournament within the game. Win, move on, lose, you're out. There'll be a 3rd place game, and there'll be a point system for gold, silvers, and bronze. So you can play as little as 2 games if you lose both your games. You can play as many as 6 games if you win all your games. So it's a very quick and easy and dirty format. And we're going to be playing games that are known to everybody. Popular games, Zelda 2 Randomizer, Tetris, Super Mario Brothers, things like that.
Oh wow.
It's still up,
man.
still up for debate. Triathlon. I would love to do that. I hope one person in each team is able to like. My only fear is I want the games to be simple enough to learn, simple enough to complete, and not rely on people needing to spend 20 hours practicing it. They can just it's simple enough and known enough where anybody can pick up a controller and just beat the game. Whether they get the fastest time or not, I don't care. I just want them to be able to beat the game, so that there's no grinding, there's no salty forfeits because they can't finish the game or can't get past a certain stage, stuff like that. So very quick, very simple. If you lose, you're out. If you win, you move on. But even if you move on, over the course of 6 weeks, you're playing at 6 games at the most.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and we're going to discuss. We're going to lock in games once people get back from GDQ. Because, as you know, JSR2 Gamers is representing the SHI tournament at GDQ, playing Panic Restaurant.
Oh, he's playing Panic Restaurant.
Yeah, Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday morning at some time, and he's going to be representing the season 3 of the SHI tournament, the Summertime Hot Invitational Tournament, as it was called, and he's going to definitely shout us out.
What a guy!
Yeah. And
No, I mean, I know that I left the tournament, but I mean, this whole thing that we did tonight was, a getting the band back together and feeling good about the tournament.
BGT's feeling really good about the tournament. An hour and 43 minutes in, he's still playing the game.
I sure am. How do I kill this boss? Someone tell me.
Special dropkick.
So
I don't know.
When you hear the engine, move over to the side because you know that he's gonna come exactly where you're standing, and then you do the super, just like that.
Joke Me I Like It brings up a good point. It's going to be a random draw, except if the group if the group is going to be named for a specific person, and then we're just going to swap those people.
So what's the over-under on the person who gets paired with me quitting?
Well, you can always bring in an outsider, so you can always, solidify 2 games based on which 2 games somebody's good at.
I think in the ultimate swerve, BGT should call Joshy D in for his.
He's already talking about his other partner quitting. You want the other person just to never show up at all? To even say they're quitting if you guys do that? Because that could be a team. Like, the team could be...
That would be a team.
I was going to say the team could be Joshy D, bentglasstube, and the Alan Heffley. But, let's be honest. The team could be bentglasstube, Joshy D, and Angry Larry. And I'm not too sure anyone's going to be getting any points on that team.
Incredible. I think what would be the best, though, is, Resner, bentglasstube, Joshy D. Because, come on. Rez can carry us.
Oh, so you don't want to go full bench warmers?
Or are you calling Rez a bench warmer?
No, he's
No. The full bench warmers is also funny, but just Rez would be upset with me if I'm on his team. He can barely watch me play Z2.
You keep pausing, and I keep expecting big things to happen.
Well, it's because I have push to talk on, so I have to pause to talk because I have to take my hand off the controller to press a fucking push to talk button.
So it looks like you're at the spot where I never did, and also tonight couldn't figure out like I can special the jet ski, but I have no idea how to get the jump kick timing.
I think you have to jump from further back so the boot's out.
I just get creamed by that thing every time. And I'm like, dude, there's no, because I felt so lucky to have gotten past the rafts that there was no way I was risking dying, and I'll just punch this guy. I've got enough time on the timer to punch the guy. Because it takes forever, but he'll die.
Yeah, I feel like I don't have enough time to punch him though. It did take a very long time.
Yeah.
And I missed one of my specials, so that's rough.
Oh, that might be tough.
Try to jump sooner.
There, I got him.
Oh, spoilers.
Choke says, need to move lower makes it easier anyway.
No, don't tell him to move lower. He'll skate right into the water.
This boss always he reminded me of GG Allen. He looks like him.
I think every time I talk to Joshy, GG Allen's names come up.
Well, if you look at the beginning, the Violators, I think at the beginning of the level, it looks like him.
Chuck
He's got
the
same got the same facial hair.
Yeah, maybe GG Allen in his salad days.
There we go. We got it.
GG Allen was a big boy.
Oh, it's spoilers though. I forgot about the layout.
Come on, god damn it!
I'm sorry, I forgot.
I mean, this whole race might be our Thanksgiving Day BGT 24-hour marathon. Because, you're taking a long time is the overall point of the joke.
I get it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it was good. I got it, but I didn't want to pause to respond, but now I have anyway. So.
Needed the lawn laugh. I haven't done any lawn laughs.
Oh, there was nothing fake funny about this. It was all funny.
BGT, did you remember the path through this maze? The first time?
I remembered it better than I thought I would.
I think I took every possible wrong turn and died. And then even when I made it through, I still didn't know how to get through this goddamn place.
Well, you could have done Paperboy and Super Mario Brothers.
What was the game we made
Paperboys
to do that? Was it Rollergames? It was Rollergames when we made.
Yeah, that was me versus BGT and Rollergames. I'm pretty sure.
That BGT wound up winning because he beat it before you beat Mario.
I blew Mario, man. Blew it.
Was that a real stipulation?
It was, yes. Yeah, Link wants to know, is Wacky Races done?
Oh yeah, I've been done for a while now.
BGT gets the despawn. Here we go, 6-2. This is where he's
I'm back to where I was.
quote unquote soft lock last time.
Hardest bone is in 1-2.
Ha!
That sounds amazing. It's like a docking joke.
It's like a 12-year-old joke.
Best kind of jokes.
Artie, come on, Artie. Welcome, guys. We're watching BGT complete this run of a special edition of the SHI tournament. He wants to give you guys, just joining, a preview of where he's face planted 27 times before soft locking. Remember when he did that as well? The random jump off the platform.
Is this going to get added to the same playlist as the first tournament?
No, probably not, because this is going to be as long as the playlist for the first tournament in its entirety.
But it's kind of like the appendices of season 1.
No, the Bad Street Brawler humiliation.
Oh,
stream.
that's right. That's right.
This is a starting of a new thing, man. This is going to be a rivalry night, right?
Remember when two people used to do rivalry night and one guy flaked out on it? Remember
Yeah,
that guy? That guy
remember.
used to be around here every once in a while.
Yeah, he's probably playing Zelda Randomizer right now.
Yeah, probably. I don't think he's been in an SHI tournament restream since season 3.
No,
If we're talking about
definitely
who
abandoned.
who I think that we're talking about, I didn't know that he didn't know that we were doing this tonight.
Oh,
He came into my
God.
chat. I felt really bad.
I hate this level.
So watch bentglasstube do something bad here. Oh, right in
Yeah.
the last spike ditch as well. That's the second time he's frequented that spike pit.
Ouch.
So
Yeah.
if he dies here, it's really, oh man, that sucks, because you were actually doing the difficult thing of like falling on the conveyors, but then being able to get up and get your act back together, which that's challenging.
I don't know how he can not know you were doing it. It was heavily promoted for a week.
Yeah, well, he says he follows me on Twitter, but I don't think he does.
Well, he obviously doesn't look in the Discord as well.
There's a lot of channels in that Discord.
Yeah,
man.
well, it's broken up so you can ignore a lot of them as well.
I still don't
Larry's
know what
Discord?
Walter Fopp is.
I don't think you've tried to learn what Walter Fopp was. How
You
about
don't
that?
know about Walter Fopp. Come on, man.
What's great, I love watching the back episodes of the Zelda 2 randomizer, because there's so many Walter Fopp shoutouts. I don't know what it is.
Classic BGT, first jump in 6-3, just decides to jump right into the spikes. Doesn't even move himself. There we go.
Yeah, I don't remember this level.
This is the
Oh,
level
we
where Josh
are-
D made that YOLO jump and then jump backwards over the spike to re-jump back over. That was a classic SHI tournament moment.
I
Oh,
thought
the
that was
bounce
me
off the
that did
wall.
that.
Yeah, that was BGT against. That was when I was playing Paperboy.
Oh, that was BGT that did it? See, I
No,
don't even...
no. Larry, I know what you're talking about. I had like an incredible save, and then I think I still died after something.
That was definitely BGT.
We'll just have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I remember I jumped backwards over the spikes and then like didn't die somehow and jumped forward again and had to jump over the barrel a second time and everyone got.
Are you making it a thing where you die just before the door on every level? Is that like a category?
Larry, that's
Yeah,
so goddamn
it's
rude,
100% all heartbreakers. That's
Oh,
what category we're running.
Luckily, the stage is only 25 seconds.
BGT, I would never talk you down like that. That's horrible. I'm in your corner, buddy. We should do this in person. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, no,
What
that
am
would
I?
be hysterical. Nice cheese platter.
That would be. What am
Yeah.
I doing wrong at that last jump? Am I hitting the wall? I'm not sure.
I don't think you. I don't
BGT is
think
gonna bring some-
jumping low enough. So Buzz Thunder wanted us to do a death counter, and I said I'm probably not going to be paying attention enough to track how many times these guys die.
I mean, you can just set it to like 500, and it's probably about accurate.
Well, when BGT and I go back to do additional commentary on this race, we can keep the death counter there.
Oh, you guys
And
going to
I'll
do a director's cut?
Yeah, it'll be a supplement to the supplement.
Can you
we'll do the
sacrifice 3
direct-
hours of your life to do it?
I would do. There's almost nothing I wouldn't do for you, Larry, and BGT, and the SHI tournament as an institution.
Except continue to play games.
Edgestream
Well,
says you can pull up the national debt counter and nobody would notice the difference. Because he's saying that you guys die a lot.
Yeah,
And there's a lot of debt as well.
I understand. So, I usually jump.
Buzz just died to the walk, by the way.
No, that was just me. I'm feeling BGT's pain here.
I usually jump on the second to last square, as I recall.
We talk in terms of pixels when we race, so can you please convert?
No, I don't know pixels.
Oh, we got green.
Oh yeah. Okay, so
Wait, how come you stopped splitting?
Because I'm on Discord, I'm a different computer, so I can't reach the computer that's doing the capture.
He's
Oh,
got
okay.
multiple computers for multiple things. You have to be a BGT, a frequenter of BGT stream, because every single time he streams, he does different combinations of microphones and computers, and console or emulator. It's weird. It's like a calendar. It's like one of those neighborhoods where you can't water your lawn on like A days, but you can on B days. It's like that. You can't use this computer for video gaming on A days, but you can use the console on B days. Stuff like that. It's complex. It's a California thing, I think. Joshy D, do you know anything about routing audio through OBS on a Macintosh, on an Apple?
I mean, I that's what I'm doing.
Like, what's this sound flower garbage that they make people use? Like, why can't people just capture their desktop audio normally?
I don't know.
It's a weird setup that you have to do to actually make it work, right?
Yeah, you need to get something like Soundflower, and then Soundflower doesn't work on the latest
Right.
OS, but someone built a workaround version of it. But that's so you go into system preferences and choose your audio output to be Soundflower, and then OBS can find it or something.
I'm gonna have to help Armageddon set that up because he's been doing sound through speakers. And
Oh
he's-
yeah, I told Armageddon everything I know in a series of messages, and I was hoping it would have worked.
And they give you 500 seconds to beat this level.
I think the first time I fought him, it took me an hour, so 500 seconds is not quite enough.
He did it.
But in one go.
Dude, typed out done.
Wait, you beat Diaper Genie on your first try?
First
I
try
sure did,
Diaper
yeah.
Genie.
I missed 2 specials even.
Good game.
Can we,
Damn.
like, at what point in time did you stop splitting? 34 minutes ago?
I stopped splitting after the soft lock, because then I came over here to get in Discord, so I'm like, a whole room away. And even though my house isn't nice, the rooms are big enough that I can't reach both walls at once.
That was amazing, though. Any
Yeah,
last
nice game.
words?
I'm gonna go back to never playing this game again.
Well, what if somebody, like, what if Joshy G challenges you again?
No, we've raced this game 3 times. That horse is dead.
Are you going to race every
Good
game
and
3
dead.
times now? Are we going to get 3 Zelda 2 randomizers, 3 wacky races, 3 panics?
I mean, I could probably be talked into that. Zelda 2 randomizer takes me 3 hours now, though, so like, make some popcorn if you're gonna do that one.
I mean, I was well over 2 hours on my randomizer earlier, and I didn't finish it. So that would probably be a nice fair fight.
Well,
And I like that game.
well, we'll do all bones
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, I liked wacky races, so I'm kind of looking forward to All Bones. But Joshy D is ahead in the rivalry now. I think 3-2.
3-2, yeah. Wacky races is your game, though. But then again, you had a win in roller games as well. Now you
Yeah,
have
but
2
we
losses.
were tied up in
Yeah.
roller
Yeah.
games, and he won the match that mattered.
Yeah.
Making me the ultimate loser.
Well, I had my fair share of ultimate losership.
Fair share.
Yeah, and we never even faced each other at Panic Restaurant.
Oh, really? I don't...
I practiced that game so much that I got fairly good at it, but
He was
now
in
I
the
don't
winners
remember how
bracket.
to play it. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, the reason why I was in my basement alone on a Friday night crying to myself was because I thought I'd practiced that game a whole lot and was still terrible at it and couldn't believe how bad everything had gone.
But at least you have roller games now.
Well, Gadley, the redemption from roller games.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, thanks for joining. It's been real. Been a fun 2 hours. Thanks for putting this together. Buzz
Thank you,
Thunder,
Larry.
thanks for hanging out. Thanks for helping me.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
restraining
Take it
and
easy.
bearing with my terrible run there.
And yeah, okay. I'll see you guys later, and hopefully you guys like the VOD.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, Larry.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
All right, guys, there you have it. The special edition of the SHI tournament. Got a little preview by way of Joshy D of what's coming up for the SHI tournament. Make sure you check out JSR. JSR is going to be representing the SHI tournament at Games Done Quick with his Panic Restaurant run. That is Wednesday morning, scheduled somewhere around 7 a.m. Eastern time, but I'm sure it'll be bumped back based on, other things running long during the week. And then joining us in February will be the SHI Olympics, Shilympics. And we'll have a little bit of fun with that. We're going to do some series of quick tournaments, and I believe we're going to be, or I'm at least going to push for the races not to be restreamed, but to be packaged. I'll package them together and then show the races on several nights of the week, so you can sit down and watch a little viewership, like couple hour block of the games instead of catching 10-minute runs here and there, stuff like that. And then season 6 will return with a game to be determined sometime in March. So thanks for hanging out. Make sure you follow bentglasstube, Joshy_D, and Buzz Thunder as well. And we'll see you guys next time.